President of the Republic of Liberia, and the motive behind it will shock you. But first, before going into details, like I promised you in my previous videos of the rampant corruption of Minister of State for Presidential Affairs. Now, this is the real reason why civil servants were dismissed from their jobs at the Ministry of State. Minister of State for Presidential Affairs, Mr. Sylvester Grisby, has over 7 individuals living in the U.S. on government payroll, with their monthly salary being deposited into their accounts. These individuals who have not set foot in Liberia for decades earn at least 7,000 monthly salaries, while Liberians suffer amidst skyrocketing commodity prices. Grisby has hired about 10 people at the NPA, exemplifying the gross injustice and corruption that pervades our government. The government under Joseph Yuma Boakai has consistently demonstrated malevolent actions towards the struggling Liberian who resides in this country with no employment opportunities. Instead, they prioritize individuals who don't work in Liberia but reside and work in the U.S., receiving benefits. The government actions are utterly diabolical and reprehensible. Now, back to the issue of the day. Former Chief Justice of Liberia, Gloria Mususko, who was sentenced to life imprisonment, has been granted a compassionate leave from prison for a shocking reason. This is the insane part. Gloria Mususko was released to investigate an alleged burglary at her home and to assess the losses and damage. This is the real motive behind her compassionate release. Despite her lawyers filing in an appeal with the Supreme Court, which has yet to be heard, Gloria Mususko had previously claimed an intruder was present before her conviction, but it was proven false. Now, Gloria Mususko and her team are attempting to tamper with the crime scene to justify their defense, claiming another burglary occurred at her home to demonstrate to the Supreme Court that her initial defense was plausible, implying that if it happened again, it could have happened before. I hope you are getting their logic. Let's move on. The second motive behind Gloria Mususko's compassionate release is to smuggle her out of the country. A move that demonstrates President Joseph Yuma Boakai blatant disregard for our laws and his willingness to abuse his power. This action shows a callous disregard for the family who lost their daughter due to Scott's heinous action as former Chief Justice. And the president's actions are a slap in the face of justice.
Gabriel had to go see to the minister too.
So the man wanted for you to go see from the web post.
Yeah, he said I'm joining to go see to the web minister to get money to the so that we go take it from there. I said, "Mama, how many bars for the same lecture?"
And how can the people catch you now?
Before the man called me back, now on the 18th, they more.
The same man now.
Yeah, the same man.
The same man who want for you to go see.
Yeah, he called me on the 18th.
Yeah.
Now in the now about 8:30, the man called me. He said, "Oh, my man, I election been here. I'll call you back again."
So that time you go to work?
I go to work.
And before working place, you can't do the man.
Yeah, I'm from to my working area to Clarence to now go to the man.
To go see now?
No, I'm not go see. I'm going to see. I mean, I'm going to. Yeah.
I educated medicine.
I question me. The thing you want for me to explain for you to understand. Then still questioning me, doubling the question. How many talk clear now?
I break his sorry.
I see.
When they call you in there now.
When they make me in there.
Yeah.
He asked me, say, how many of you are working to the area? I say, we are 3.
He told the message, you're 3.
Yeah. So he said, I want to give you tea to carry to the.
The message, you want to give you what?
Tea. Have no tea.
Oh, no tea?
Yeah.
For you to drink?
With bread.
The bread.
3 pieces of fruit bread.
The egg is that?
You enter my butter. So, when I carry it to the man, say, carry it to the man. When you give it to the man, then you come back to the car.
So the food make you now carry that so you can go convince your friend now.
Yeah. When I give it to the man say thank you. I say okay. The man say, where you going now? I say, I'm going where? So one of my friends called me.
And the same way you go now.
Yeah, same man.
And later he say want for you to go steal.
Yeah. So when I go to the man, he say clean the car. Then there are 2 now.
In the Jeep.
Then there are 2.
A big Jeep.
Yeah.
Black
BG, photo G.
Yeah.
So when I train the car now,
Air condition all inside.
no, Papa, you can't wait for me to spin now. I'll leave the water now. You can judge people.
I'm just asking you a question, sorry.
You can judge people that can hear.
No, I'm a journalist. I beg you, sorry.
The way you talk in the question, people say when I move from here, I'll free. People say when I move from here, I'll free. You said one talk again. I wanted to mean it. Who talk clear to you, but you double in the question. Hi, land looking, hi looking. Then you want force and no more word there again. Why not be looking to the top? I'm not going to again. And said they call me to the office. I go explain.
I think you spoke to me. They come together. You say you carry the tea to the man. After you carry the tea to the man, and you come now. So what next now?
And for me, I will not there.
Nobody, you get in there. You say asking you too much question. Hey, there's supposed to say make your egg and bread. You bring it. Okay, sorry. Now I say sorry now. Okay, sorry.
If you
I will not ask you the question again. Okay, sorry.
When I give me answer now, then do.
Okay. Explain again. I'm not asking you no more question again. But that's why now.
Go to school. The English say and then English.
Okay, sorry. That was sorry now. Sorry.
See, Ali, you take that. You take that.
I'm taking time. Okay, sorry. Okay.
I said I can take that to
explain.
English.
Okay, sorry. That was sorry now. Sorry.
See, Ali,
okay, that's why now.
Go to school. The English say and then English.
Okay, sorry. That was why now.
Go to school. The English say and then English.
Okay, sorry. That was sorry now. Sorry.
See, Ali, you take that. You take that.
I'm taking time. Okay, sorry. Okay.
I said I can take that to
explain. Okay.
And they spread their own dirty propaganda to empower us to export the dirty all around the world. So investors cannot come here because you want to come, they'll be afraid. That's their intention, not to allow investors to come. So they do all kinds of things to destroy this government image. That's what I know. Because this government cannot involve itself in killing people and killing people. President George Weah, when he became president, he opened a church.
In more recent time, and just over the weekend, Ambassador Joseph Yuma made a statement that people shouldn't take men's jobs and give it to boys. He's a boy taking over a man's tax in the presidency. What do you make of that?
Don't tell us that statement doesn't go well with me. Mr. Weah is a boy. Then I think it's a good one because Joseph Boyka dropped. He almost died. That boy, the black George Weah, who raised them, pick him up, after a plane to fly him abroad for open heart surgery and make him to live today with pacemaker battery. He's a battery taker right now. So the battery is controlled by a woman who living in a medical center where he was controlled. So maybe he's not well to speak the way he's speaking. He's not well. He's using battery. It's not normal. A man who is using battery is a man who has a natural prepare the food. So Joseph Boyka, the former vice president, again, he's using battery. He's a battery taker Such a man can even be president of this country. He said, you know, you have a frustration making the speed away he did, calling the president boy. So Joseph brought out the former black president back in. He used him victory. He's a battle total. Such a man can even be president of this country. He said, so maybe you have a frustration making the speed away he did, calling the president boy. So Joseph brought out the former black president back in. He used him victory. He's a battle total. Such a man can even be president of this country. He said, so maybe you have a frustration making the speed away he did, calling the president boy. How many million people voted that boy? So many millions. Look at this boy and you let him. Maybe you call Joseph Joshua Paul because of the age. Because Joseph Paul is over 70 and this boy is about 50 something. So when you say boy, what happened? But boy in the sense of immaturity, Joshua is mature. He's mature. That's why he told Joseph Paul on the ground when he collapsed to fly here, bro, for medical checkup, for medical heart surgery. That's what made you to live today. I think Joseph Butler, in conclusion, should be very grateful to that boy who flew all the country for open heart surgery and making to live today. But the way Joseph Butler speaks, the way he acts, he is one of the 9 ungrateful lepers. The fact is, he could have emailed you, but he did not. He said this old man, but what the old man is returning is ungratefulness. God is president boy. You call the whole of the president boy, then you old man, you told him back here around here.
You're taking a week.
And he let you. The enemy is not. But you already said you want to be better, and we know the record. You're on the top on the borderline.
This is I'm asking, I'm really the honest question. John Balu said the reason why he's saying this is to save the state and to save Liberia. But Senator Balu was senator when in his country 5 wonderful Liberians gruesomely murdered. Their bodies were mutilated. He didn't say anything. A colleague who was then a senator whose name is confirmed in the PRC report, whose testimony we can find everywhere. Carry out, allegedly carry out a massacre on the Kavala River. He came a senator, he came from jail, that still died in Maryland. Senator Balu was senator. Senator Balu was senator. When Steve Dubose was killed, Senator Balu was senator. When the Kula man was deported to River G, Senator Balu was senator. And the 17 young men were killed between Lower Majidi and Grand Bassa Country. Senator Balu
And on the flip side of things, also the government of Liberia, in continuation of its unapologetic attempt to lie and deceive the Liberian people, flooded social media, confusing Liberians on what we consider clandestine dealings and undertaking. When we saw social media flooded with the picture of Brenda used buses, Brenda used buses. And so the details around that we have investigated, and there are other facts that are with us. So this morning, just sit down and understand the whole issue around this whole bus. Whether that the bus, whether that the what you might call it, the yellow machines, and I see some of the toddlers getting confused. Very limited toddlers getting confused based on the post we made. We listen. We did not say that there is a yellow machine the government has brought. There is no facts to establish, even in the port, that the government or there is any yellow machine in the port that belongs to the government of Liberia. Get that straight. So when Mo Ali then in the regular deception decide to ease the pressure, ease the tension on this disappointment of a government in their propagandist attempt to ease the pressure, I start writing all kinds of things about yellow machine, and some of you saying, "Wait, what place for you come to town say can be here?" John say yellow machine account. What place you see yellow machine? When you see people passing with their truck machine on it, you say, "Oh, government can bring machine." That how government can bring machine? A video that Mamaka ability display that the same government came back and said that nothing was official, that in fact said, oh, they don't know about it, blah, blah, blah. You can remember Jeremy Pierre respond to the yellow machine conversation. What did Jeremy Pierre say? Jeremy Pierre was emphatic that the government has had no formal arrangement or discussions and blah, blah, blah. And at such time, when there is the need or when there are conversations of that nature, they will come to us. Has the government issued any official statement about the arrival of any yellow machine? Where? Besides the Facebook, posting that you see from very, very reckless government officials. on issues that matter most to Liberia's growth and development. A pleasant good morning and welcome to Bon County, Nimba County, Grand Jida, Grand Bassa, Mangibi County, and I'm told over the weekend the Honorable House of Representatives held its own segment of the retreat. What are the differences and similarities between the House's retreat and the Senate waste of public resources? The leadership gaps, the leadership difference, the sensitivity level, and all of that. Liberia, when we come back, we rumble through the issues making the news in our country this morning. Crime Stopper Liberia, our rural situation still remain dire. In the heart of Monrovia, all of the roads have damaged, have torn apart, and nothing seems to be done. The Ministry of Public Works, in spite of all of the cries, the Ministry of Public Works seems to be very, very insensitive, and they're not paying heed to the concerns and the call by Liberians. And of course, all across this country, the challenge is very, very enormous. Just this corridor right here, Bushel Island, the entire Bushel Island, the people are suffering, and our vehicles are damaging. We do not have free money from the government like the ministers will do. They will steal the country money under scam contractual arrangements. They have these loose money they can steal from the country. So we're only begging you to be a little responsible and at least try to pay attention to our rural situation. You see, when we're raising this issue, they won't benefit everybody. Everybody, whether you're a rescue soldier, you're a rescue jihadists, you're a rescue, all the rescue confused jihadists are on the road, prepared to insult everybody. They can still use the same road. So please face the road for everybody. Let everybody benefit from the road. And basically that's what we are saying. And I don't know how the president is so very, very insensitive, and these things are being said. And since the road spoiled, the president can't go for a weekend to bomb me anymore. When the road okay, he used to be passing his cell, going up and down, bombing. As soon as somebody jump, boom, come bombing. You see the road spoiled now, he ain't get time to go bombing again. So you see how the president ain't get time for you. When the road all that small, they will come and be putting all kind of things in it, spoil the road. The road spoil, the president, you not see the president go on this side again. You not see Baka go on this side. Baka ain't get time for you. And Baka not even taking the phone to call a man, Gideon, to tell Gideon, say, Gideon, please go feed that road. Gideon not even the man. People just maneuver Gideon's name some other way. Gideon name came out. But the man wanted one Tamba. That one Tamba he wanted to be Minister of Public Works. But you know, in the mansion, and then Baka won't making a decision on who goes where. So some other way Gideon's manage an income. Yeah, the whole government, not easy. So let's go in for this break. Crime Stopper Liberia. We will be right back. My name is Abu. This break.
It's about music. There are crimes in many places. In every community, you know. Can see. So if you see crime and report it, don't take law in your hand, call the right authority. Really can't take care of it. Crime Stopper here for us, bringing safety to your door. Whether you rich or you poor, if you see a human talking, I mean you check. Do it for your safety. If you see it, don't keep it. You must call to report it. Crime Stopper, the people bringing safety to your door. Crime Stopper, stopping crime and making peace for them before. Crime Stopper Liberia, from the center to interior. Crime Stopper, keeping us safe, they're stopping crimes for all of us. Crime Stopper, the people bringing safety to your door. Crime Stopper, stopping crime and making peace for them before. Crime Stopper Liberia, from the center to interior. Crime Stopper, keeping us safe, they're stopping crimes for all of us.
Yes, indeed, Crime Stopper Liberia, our official partner and sponsor of the work we do here. And it's good. Many thanks to Crime Stopper Liberia for everything she do. Okay, so yeah. So let's just hold on one like that. Right? So today is the $4,000 giveaway day, and I hope you've already started playing, because right about now we're gonna go to the dashboard and call our first set of winners. Just imagine. I mean, the scramble for the 4,000 is huge this morning. So yes, the Freedom Cash giveaway is on, and like always, we've told you, the moment you hear our teasers playing, begin to play, because the winning chances on these platforms are very huge, and that's why whenever you hear the theme song that announces the show, you have to commence the process of playing the cash giveaway. You have to come around and start to play. Today we are giving away $4,000 each to each of our lucky winner, and we have tons. The money plenty here today. Today, we get plenty of money. So somebody telling me, say, I don't know, the cost of a bag of rice is around 3,500, 3,600 or so, or whatever it is, whatever the case is. So you stand a chance to get a bag of rice home today, right? And then the rest of the week now, you're only looking for soup kind and all that. So, yeah, funny little ways to solve our little problems in the midst of this leadership calamity in our country and all of that. So, the process is simple. Make sure you have 100 Liberian dollars on your phone, or its equivalent 70 cents United States dollars, right? And then, of course, by that, you dial *799# for those of our new followers, the new people that are just getting on board. And so, while talking all the things, you who already know you'll be playing. Don't wait for the instruction. You already know how to go about it. So you dial *799#, right? And then you press OK. You enter. When you do so, you go for option number 11, which is Freedom FM, and then OK, you enter. You must have at least 100 Liberian dollars on your phone, or its equivalent 70 cents on your mobile money. I mean, you have to be a Lone Star Sales subscriber, right? So now, the moment you go through that process, right, it takes you to the next stage. It takes you to the next stage. When you enter number 11, which is Freedom FM, you OK Freedom FM, right? Then they ask you now, which currency do you want to play in? Liberian dollars or United States dollars? Then you select either one or two. One is US, two is Liberian dollars. And then you select number 2. For those of us, our own money, select number 2. When you select number 2, that LD, that only one that they come in, then you stand a chance to win $4,000. When you finish selecting your number 2 now, then the next stage comes, which is you have to enter your password. Your password is what confirms the transaction. I work and tell the system, say, yes, Aman Lopu, I have agreed to be a part of the draw for today, $4,000. Then you press, you enter your password, your mobile money password. As soon as you enter your mobile money password, bim, you go through the draw, and then we run the whole thing from right here, and then your chances now to win is very, very high. So you see how I explain it simple. So the way you heard me explain it, just follow that process and go through that pattern, and then you stand a chance to be one of our very lucky winners this morning. So it is exactly what it is. $4,000 up for grab. A lot of people have won already. The winning numbers are climbing. We have a lot here already, and shortly we will be calling our winners. Shortly we'll be calling our winners this morning to give us some cash before we go into our conversation. Lots of things to talk about this morning, but we prioritize our people. We give our people money, and then we come back. We have conversations about the issues that matter most to all of us, and that's why we are here. So it has been reported, power struggle reported at the Senate. Wow. This is in the Front Page Africa newspaper, just all under declaration. The question that many people continue to ask, have the president and the vice president declared justly, or they have under-declared? That is the inquiry a lot of us continue to make to ascertain and understand and establish exactly whether these two individuals holding two of the most prominent offices in our country, whether they have declared justly or unjustly, continue to be some of the questions that lingers. Liberia House begins 3-day legislative reform forum. Remember, we talked to you about the House of Representatives own part of the retreat there in Mangibi County. And of course, the big one will be coming up shortly. But let's go across the table to bring Austin Kawa. Once as Austin Kawa has done his introduction and all of that, then we go to our Freedom Catch giveaway. People will speak to our winners, and then we begin the conversation from there. Brother Kawa, good morning. Welcome.
Let me say very, very pleasant good morning to all of you across the country. Good morning to our friends in the diaspora, our followers, our critics, and even those of you who do not like the things we say and the way we say them. It's good to be back on the radio on a Monday after a hectic weekend with the different activities. You know, it's weekends that people use, especially those of us who say we're working, that we use to pay attention to some domestic affairs and some personal needs and all of that. So it gets very, very busy and tiring. But it's good to be back on a Monday, very wet Monday in Monrovia. The roads, I listened to you talking about the roads, the terrible conditions of the roads. Yes, the roads are the conditions are very, very terrible.
Have there been any intervention from your side?
Not really. In fact, yes, around in the Broadville side, yes, around the overhead bridge, after the Sinbad bridge, yeah, those two corridors.
Overhead bridge, the bypass.
Yes, overhead bridge going towards Hotel Africa, the road used over the bridge.
Okay.
But from Kuwait, straight to Monrovia, that entire corridor is terrible.
But how they go way on that side and then sometimes they leave the place to go?
They are on a small manner. You know, say 5,000 intervention, in the intervention. They have to cut and paste all of it. So that's why they went there. But so it's a sad thing. So sadly for the next 2 weeks, I'll be joining the show late, maybe around this time. Yeah, for the next 2 weeks until my car can return to something. Yeah, the mechanics are 2 weeks. So when it's raining, I gotta wait for the rain to stop and find my way to work for the next 2 weeks. So yeah, so until the 2 weeks we will be coming at about this time. You know, so but that's it, bro. So it's good to be here. So the sounds of the program seems interesting. We have to also indicate that we're following happenings at the Ministry of Labor. Only yesterday, some of our colleagues came from Gbapulu, and we too were able to speak with a team from Tottenham Breg as well. And what we're hearing is not too good. It's not good at all. It's not too good, but it's not good at all. You know, so we want to conclude with what we need and then we might maybe have an opinion to render about the situation of the Ministry of Labor and this whole inspectorate team stuff in Baburu County, which is very, very scary. And if Mr. Baka cannot take action, some of us will not show him any form of respect or decency if he chooses to be indecent. And that's why we get angry, because if Abu is given a task to perform or a team to lead, and members of the team are misbehaving, Abu says and does nothing, obviously the anger from the followers will be shifted to Abu and not those who are perpetrating the wrongs.
Oh, yes,
and that's why we get angry with Joe Baka. And you think we hate him. I listen to Abu talking about that. Yes, we don't hate Mr. Baka as an individual. We hate the fact that he will sit down and see wrongs happening under his watch, and he will say nothing, he will do nothing, and he will sit down and the wrongs will continue. At that point, we get very angry and we speak to him that are equal. And that's where the anger comes from. So if you all do not want us to speak to Baka as our equal, you all tell him to do the right that will ensure stability and good governance in our country. Okay, so so we will run into the different things you outline, and then we can make sense of them for now, straight up to 10 o'clock. Yes, I heard I was talking about the cash.
Some money, yeah.
Yeah, the cash giveaway. We have to do that. So some people say I've not noticed that the stuff have been on the screen, on our live stream, but yes.
It's
if
always
you watch our Facebook live, you will see
the short instruction is even there on
right
what
there.
to do, how to play.
So you see, if you look on the Facebook live, you will not be writing on our post asking how to play. Because if you look on the Facebook, you see play freedom cash giveaway, that *799 hash and OK, then enter 11 and OK and blah 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 blah.
Yeah.
So the instruction is that once you follow the instruction on the dashboard on our live screen, you will know how to play. So if you
that's why many won't play too. Many won't collect that.
And so there are some watching who living in Labrador, they can be watching, but they can be asking. So so you that *799. Today is $4,000 each. So all you have to do is that *799 hash. You send. You wait for a few seconds. It's going. The options will upload. You enter number 11 and send, and wait for a few seconds. Two options will appear to you. One option is telling you to play in US, and the other option number 2 is telling you to play in LD. Now, if you enter option number 1, it means you're playing in US dollars, and then you send and wait for a few seconds and enter your mobile money password. If you enter option number 2, it means you are playing in LD, and then you send and wait for a few seconds and enter your mobile money password. Okay, so that's how easy the process is to play. The short code is there. So those of you, we give you as many winners as possible today on this very wet Monday in Monrovia. So it's 4,000 for each winner, and we will definitely call, as always, some of the winners on the show. Most of them can be complaining why we don't call, why we restrict it to only 5. But because we don't have the luxury of time to call as many winners. So, but we'll call some of the winners on the show which we are going to do very shortly, and then we move into our discussion. So, Abu, that's it.
Yeah, very well. So, while we try to get our winners, because we won't start our conversation and then we'll go back, so we won't give some money out sufficiently, and then we come now, we start the conversation. I don't know. So yes, we'd like to remind the president that, of course, he has promised an investigation into the LDEA situation, that which we've not heard or gotten any report on. The people are interested in understanding exactly the facts and circumstances around the LDEA situation with A.B. Kuma and his derivatives, and all of the different allegations about some of the higher ups involvement in illicit drug activities in the country, and all of those things that are going on. So we like to remind the executive mansion about that report, and of course the decision from there as well is important, so that people know exactly what is happening, and these things are not swept under the carpet, because that was increasingly alarming when we all saw the three senior people at the Liberia Drugs Enforcement Agency going at each other and revealing a lot of sensitive security details and all that. So we expect that the president will attach urgency to that matter and come out as quickly as possible to inform us on what is his decision. Are these people going to remain suspended forever, and what's the status of the investigation? You know, you can keep us in the dark of everything that's happening and all these things. Even the rice committee, the committee that was set up to investigate the rice situation, the rice prices and blah blah. The people are still selling rice for $20, and all these things are happening in the country. The committee report and the final decision from the president. We also need to know. People need to be sure as to how the country is being run, which direction the country is going. Investigations around the operations of Metex and CTMG or GTMS in the port. Also, we need to be sure on where we are going. The Commerce Minister is insisting that GTMS, the Metex should remain, while the port manager, the finance people, and the LRA people are fronting for GTMS and all that. So we need to come to an understanding on where we are going. All these things play in when the Liberian people continue to suffer. So yes, are we ready for the stuff?
Yes, so let's go to this place here and see what we can get. So we can get some winners from here and talk to them, which is very important. Which is very important on this whole DA thing. I'm not too sure. I just want to believe that people have started working already. You understand? Yeah, I just want to believe so. So let's go to this dashboard and see whether we can draw up some winners here this morning. And see. Let's see who's gonna work away with our first 4K this morning. So we draw winner $4,000. Okay, and let's refresh to see the number, the winner. Okay, so this is our first winner on the show on this 881 number. So let's talk to this first lucky winner here this morning on okay, let me not miss the number. Okay, so this is the first lucky winner on the show this morning on this number. So let's go.
Our first $4,000 out.
Yeah. Hello, good morning. Hello, good morning.
Yeah, morning.
This is Austin Kawa. I'm calling you from Freedom FM.
Okay.
What is your name? Aminata who?
Masako.
Okay, you play our cash giveaway this morning, right?
Yeah.
How many times you play? 3 times. Okay, we'll call you to say congratulations. Yeah, you won for yourself $4,000.
Thank God.
So please check your phone to make sure you receive the message.
All right, thank you very much.
Okay, Aminata is our first winner. Let's go ahead. We'll draw the next winner, $4,000. Okay, and then we will refresh this page to see the number of the second winner, which is here on this 0880 number. And so let's talk to this person on this number. Okay. Okay, yeah. So this is our second. We'll come back to do the 10th, the 4th, the 5th, the 6th, the 7th, the 8th, and on we go. But we will not talk to all of the winners. We'll talk to at least 5 persons this morning. Good morning.
Yeah, good morning.
This is Austin Kawa calling you from Freedom FM.
Thank you.
You play our cash giveaway this morning.
Yes, I did.
And how many times you play?
1 time.
Okay, you play 1 time.
Yeah.
What is your name?
Toss Jubia.
Mr. Weir, we call to say congratulations to you. You just won for yourself $4,000. Please check your phone to make sure you receive the text.
I mean, you play, then you collect 4,000.
In fact, I play when you say Austin was soon into studio. I said, me play Google for Austin
Congratulations to you, Mr. Weir. So that's our second lucky winner. Yeah, let's go ahead to the dashboard and do the draw for the third winner, $4,000. Okay, and then we will refresh this dashboard to see the third winner, which is here on this 888 number. Okay, so we'll call this person on this 888 number to tell them congratulations, and then we can go on to do the fourth and the fifth draw, and then we'll do the rest of the draws. So we're talking to the first 5 lucky winners, and then we'll move on to do the draws for the rest of the other winners. We should go do the draws live so you hear them and see it. And then we'll move into our discussion. So the third winner's phone is ringing. Good morning to you.
Good morning.
I'm okay. This is Austin Kawa. I'm calling you from Freedom FM.
Okay.
What is your name? Sylvester. You play? How many times you play our cash giveaway this morning?
3 times.
3 times. Okay, you are a lucky winner. That's why we are calling you to congratulate you.
Okay, congratulations so much.
Please check your phone to make sure you receive your money. If you didn't receive it, call this number back.
Okay, thank you so much.
Okay. Thank you very much. Let's go ahead to the do the draw for the 4th lucky winner here, $4,000. Okay, and then yes, we will refresh this page to see the number of the 4th lucky winner. Yes, do we have it? Sure, we have it right here on this 0880 number. So let's go ahead to talk to this 4th lucky winner on this 0880 number. So yeah, this is the 4th lucky winner. So let's talk to this person, and then we move on to the 5th, and then we call it a day. We do the rest of the draws. We do them as we are playing. We're doing your draws, so you get your money onto your mobile money wallet. Good morning to you.
Hello.
My name is Austin Kawa. I'm calling you from Freedom FM.
Yeah.
What is your name, please?
Shema.
Okay, we call you this morning because you play our cash giveaway.
Yeah.
How many times did you play?
1 time.
How many?
1 time.
1 time.
Yeah.
Wow.
And you are a lucky winner because you just won for yourself $4,000.
Thank you.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
Okay, so yes, that's the 4th lucky winner this morning. Let's go ahead and do another draw. $4,000. Okay, and then we refresh this page to see the number of this lucky winner. Let's see where the number is. Okay, this person is on this 0888 number. Okay, on this number. So we go to call this person and say congratulations on your winning of our 4K. So we'll call this person here on this number. Oh, I'm not missing the number.
That's the 5th?
Yes, that's the 5th. So okay, yeah, so that's it. Okay, this should be the number. Okay. Something wrong here. Okay. Okay, so we got it. We got the 5th lucky winner here. So let's call this person on this 0880 number. So we come back, we just do the other draws, and then these are the lucky persons who will talk on Freedom Morning Rise this morning. Good morning to you.
Yeah, good morning.
This is Austin Kawa. I'm calling you from Freedom FM.
Okay.
What is your name, please?
My name is Adam MKO.
Adam, how many times you play our cash giveaway this morning?
1 time.
1 time. And just by playing 1 time, spending $100 Liberian, you are a lucky winner.
Thank you so much, guys.
please check your phone to make sure you receive your message. If you didn't receive message, please call this number back.
Okay, sir.
Okay, so that's our 5th lucky winner. So let's go ahead and do these draws. Let's go ahead and do these draws live for some other winners. So the process is just very simple. As Abu and I about to start talking, as we're talking, you keep playing. You see us busy on our phone. It means we're doing your draw. So you get your money. Where you sit in, your money will come to you. Okay, just that you will not have the opportunity to talk on the radio. So as we're talking, you're playing. The process is just very simple. We'll announce it one more time, and then we'll go to do the draws. So you take your mobile money phone and dial *799#. You send and wait for a few seconds. You enter number 11. You send and wait for a few seconds. You enter either number 1 or number 2 and send and wait for a few seconds and enter your mobile money password. So you are entering number 1 because you are playing in US dollars, and you are entering number 2 because you are playing in LD. So assuming you are playing in LD, it means you dial *799# and send. Wait for a few seconds, enter number 11 and send, and wait for a few seconds and enter number 2 and send, and wait for a few seconds and enter your mobile money password. Simple and easy as it is. So let's go ahead and draw a couple of winners here. So we draw a winner $4,000. Okay, and then we refresh this page to see this winner, this 6th lucky winner, which is here. We go again, draw winner $4,000. Okay, and then we will refresh this page to see another lucky winner. I think it should be the 7th. We go ahead and draw winner $4,000. Okay, and we will refresh this page to see the 8th lucky winner. Yes, we go again and draw winner $4,000. We okay, and we will refresh again to see this 9th, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So now winners who so far. I think we'll stop it. Okay, then we should 10, and then we'll stop it here. And then go into our conversation. We'll come back and draw additional winner. So let's draw one more winner, $4,000. Okay.
So I already told them, I said we got more money here to win. So all you have to do while we are talking, you keep playing, and then like Austin said, we'll keep doing the draws and giving our monies as winners come in. Right? Do we have the additional?
Yeah. So you're watching. You see the dashboard. I don't know whether it's clear. You see. No, we're not showing. We're going to show the winners' numbers. We show. So people can do screenshot for the last. So Abu, we can move into our discussion at this point.
Yes. So indeed. So I believe we will begin because all of you are all ears now to understand our perspective or to listen to our perspective on the weekend saga around the yellow machine and the NTA buses. All of you are just all ears, but we're very particular about the conversations around the president's declaration of his assets, and of course the vice president own publication, the both of them publication of their assets. That is very key. You know, it is a requirement of our law for public officials before assuming their rules to make a public declaration of their assets so that we know exactly how they are coming into public service or that new office or portfolio, so we know where they are. And the goal is to minimize theft, and you know, for people not to abuse their office and steal from the country. So yes, the president delayed all the while. In fact, he was very reluctant on fulfilling or adhering to this. And because of the pressure we mounted, plus other well-meaning Liberians, activists, advocates, and media people all across the country, finally, at long last, he buys into the pressure and he has published. So we'll go into the details of that, establish the facts surrounding the president's declaration in keeping with the law and all of that. So it's going to be a very wonderful conversation that you don't want to miss. Austin and I will do our best to create the necessary understanding for you so that when you go out in your different communities, you're able to have a very scholarly conversation around the declarations that were made and all of that. But yeah, the bosses, the Awalolo bosses from Ghana, and you know, it's one thing that caught all of us by storm. And the way I like to begin is that government institutions are supposed to be very, very responsible and they're supposed to operate officially, right? And in as much as we did not see any official comment or statement from the National Transit Authority in respect to process in procuring new buses or additional buses for the public transport service, we think that was disingenuous to the Liberian people. You're not working at your own discretion. Rather, you're working for the Liberian people. You owe it to us. And that is all we talk about, transparency in governance. You have to deal transparently. You have to deal and explain officially whatever you're doing. And then we can start to have conversation about the other issue. But to be doing things under a cloud of darkness smells a whole lot of controversies that this government must be responsible enough to address, right? What is the problem with the National Transit Authority entering arrangements to see the importation of new fleets to our public transportation service or services, right? This is not the first time. I'm told when Samuel Kanyadu was here, way in the 1983 or thereabout, he went to India and made the arrangement for buses. Buses came and it was announced. Everybody saw it. It came through the free port of Monrovia. Samuel Kanyadu left, Charles Taylor came, and Charles Taylor brought 32-seater buses here. We all were here. It was announced. It came through the port and it contributed, and nobody had anything. Charles Taylor left, Madam Sirleaf came, the same process went on. Madam Sirleaf went to the very India again and had negotiation, government to government, and we saw the Indian government, make donation of buses to the Liberian government. President Weah came, per record, got the highest donation, 45 or so pieces, right? Came into the country, brand new Ashoka land buses from India. They were here. Some were even given to the University of Liberia and all that. We saw it. It came. It was announced, and then they drove through. It came through the free port of Monrovia. People can talk about other issues, but at least we've dealt formally and officially, right? Now we are seeing the rescue government has come. Since the inception of this government, they've been doing a lot of things under secrecy and all of that. And we have been here telling you that this government has been involved into a lot of BM deals and all that. And some of these BMs, when they make commitment to you, Mr. President will bring you buses, it does not pass through the proper channel. So you always see unorthodox means in delivering on these promises. And that's how you see the NTA cannot go on to officially inform Liberians and her customers that the management and staff or the management team of the NTA has worked modality through this means, and we have entered arrangement officially with the Ghanaian authority or the Brazilian authority, and they are supposed to be making supply of 400 pieces or 400 buses to Liberia, blah, blah, blah. But the way the other buses will come, it will go through Ghana, and then when it passes through Ghana, it will use the Ivorian border, enter Liberia. All these things you need to explain it to us so we'll understand. Now, none of that happened. We saw folks, apologists of the Unity Party regime on their social media handle, flying with Liberian flag branded buses. Only for us to go and do our investigation, these were buses registered in Ghana and has been operating in Ghana, and we do not know what was the arrangement by which these buses' color were changed and they were headed for Liberia. It was on Thursday. Some officials and some friends of the government started to post that the NTA will be bringing 2 of these buses to the country to do test drive. All the time government now bring buses in the country, we never hear about test drive being. I don't know what's if you not hear. This was the first time we hear say government come and do test drive. And when you see people doing, when you go buy used car like that, for example, they say go do test drive. It's to test the roadworthiness of that car and to also test whether the car is in good shape and all of that. So is the NTA telling us that they have brought in some very dilapidated buses that they need to test and be sure whether it is roadworthy, it can withstand the pressure and all of that before they can bring in the rest of the other OO buses and all that. So once you're not providing the public the necessary information around a particular government project, then the concerns continue to grow among the people. And you cannot use arrogance to address the Liberian people when it is their tax dollars that you're using to do all of what you're doing. No matter what happens, the NTA is spending money from the Liberian cover. So they need to tell us how they're bringing these buses into the country. Amid all of the social media back and forth around this issue, some of us decided to go beyond, interact with our friends in Ghana, media friends and other colleagues and blah, blah, blah. Along that line, and a media report surfaced on social media, the very social media, where a Ghanaian journalist, this has claimed the attention of even Ghanaians, and they're asking questions as to, how come, under what arrangement our Ayalolo buses leaving the country and they are being branded in the red, white, and blue with NTA, National Transit Authority? Do we have a National Transit Authority in Ghana that we are not aware of? What is the arrangement? What is the Ghanaian government doing? Where are they taking our Ayalolo buses to? You see, you can't keep putting our country into that kind of disgrace or, very, very disrespectful situation. We ought to have responsible G2G arrangement with Ghana in a situation where things are done clearly and under a transparent atmosphere. Now there's a concern. We have the Ghanaian guy clip here. At some point we'll play it so you yourself will hear it. These buses, the play coming from, the people say they confused. How come the buses that are registered under their name? You hear the guy read the lesson plates, the registration numbers of the buses that were being brought to the country, right? Under what arrangement? If the buses are brand new from Brazil, like one of them was saying, from Brazil, and they're coming, they're passing. So what is the problem with our seaport that they have to land in Brazil before coming to Liberia by land? So we all now stupid in this country. So the government have to be clear. Mr. Barker have to be honest and tell us exactly what is he doing with Liberia. What are the arrangements that he's committing Liberia to? And there where I see most of our critical friends are requiring the national legislature to ask the hard questions, to call the executive under their oversight and check and balance, to call them and provide some answers around these buses. They have been brought into the country under what arrangement. Let them explain and make a formal communication for us to know exactly how these buses are coming to Liberia. Beyond the buses, also, that one there was nothing. So we are told, based on our investigation we did at the Freeport of Monrovia, B Mountain Mining Company has brought in new equipments. And these equipments are at the Freeport of Monrovia. So they have machines among them. So zealots of the Unity Party have gone in the port, took pictures of those machines, and started flooding them on the social media to deceive you, the Liberian people, that the government now bring the yellow machine. The very yellow machine conversation they debunk. They said, there was no arrangement like that, because when we asked the critical legal questions around the arrangement, they went back, they debunked it. They said no yellow machine. The government, when the government doing that, they will announce it, they will do this, they will do that. They both say, so our investigation established that there is no yellow machines in the Freeport of Monrovia belonging to the government of Liberia up to last night. Nothing. The machines that were there were machines brought in by B Mountain Mining Company. That B Mountain Mining Company or machine that she not bring to go do her mining operation in Grand Cayman County, that the machine and they put go take the video, they start passing around with it. Look at those videos. And look at the video that Mamaka Belete posted at the ministerial at the retreat to ministerial complex. All the Mamaka Belete video had JMB picture and of course the Liberian flag branded on it. And the ones they are passing around with do not have Liberian flag on it. So you see where they are lying to you. I don't know why the government is operating like that. Now, if machines are in the country, why the relevant government agency is not making any announcement in that regard? The Ministry of Public Works have not said anything. The Ministry of Information have not said anything. So where are you coming from, Liberian, to believe in Mo Ali, Colina Kratukpaden, lies and deception to ease the tension on this failing government? The government is a lying government. And if the government is sure that they have brought these machines, we're only asking them to be responsible and tell the Liberian people under what arrangement that these machines have been brought, so that we be clear. Because we are not going to sit there for people to in-depth the future of the country to satisfy their political optics. No, absolutely not. So until some of us can get officially, right, any statement from the government that will hold them back, so that they will not go the same way they debunk Makabelete presentation. They will not come back after we finish doing all of the critical work and say, oh, no, they try to course correct. We'll not use our information to course correct. No. These people claim to know it, or they have all of the understanding, the contact. They must demonstrate that. And we will not be here spoon feeding them. We'll not do that. So all of everything you heard from my personal view and investigations and follow-ups I've done, they're all lies. They're all make up. And the situation with the NTA bosses is nothing new. It's things that happen. But this government is being done secretly, and they need to tell us why they're doing it secretly, Austin. They need to tell us exactly, and the government need to make us to understand and speak to us. They owe it to us. They owe us an answer, and they must provide these answers.
You see, folks, and it's just sad that we are such a conversation about a government that's supposed to be extremely mature and experienced in understanding basic government functionaries. But again, that's what desperation does. Okay? Do this country, yes. Do we need the quality or the design of the buses that we saw? Yes, they are modern. They look modern. We need them. When he's not going to ride them. His family members are not going to ride. Don't protection for you, the citizens, it's taken care of by the government. So nobody. Okay. I'm starting with the bus for reason. When they got introduce the helmet thing with the motorcycle thing, restrict the, enforce the no-go free, all of that. On the same microphone, we said the government was insensitive to the plights of the Liberian people because the state was low. Alternative transportation means for the citizens, that the government should have considered that reinforcing the no and strangulate our citizens, their movements. And so if the government
what is sound?
Okay, hope is better. We see 2 or 3 persons telling us that the audio is okay. So hope is okay. For now, hope is okay. Hope the audio is okay. Now, so we do not have any. Our concern is that Liberians must have access to good transportation service or system. So if the buses come, they are in the interest of Liberians and they are going to benefit Liberians.
Exactly.
So our issue is not with the buses coming to Liberia. Our issue is how the buses are coming to our country. That's our issue. And the reason why we are concerned about how the buses are coming to our country, this is the reason I'm going to play you. This is the reason why we are concerned about how the buses are coming to our country. This is the reason. Okay?
The whole country, see your country like ours.
Listen to this.
This is something that our team today we followed. We are asking questions. We are following these buses. Ayalolo buses, today some were branded at Achimota and they call Liberia. These are the Ayalolo buses. We want to ask. You can see the number there, GS 155316. And at Achimota, immigration officers, they were following these buses with a truck, and that's a pickup truck. And Achimota, they have come to Achimota. Rebrand the buses. These are Ayalolo buses. We know where they are heading. We have people on their tail. But we want to ask the Ghana government, why are they rebranding these buses and taking them to Liberia? What is happening in Liberia? That our buses are they are being rebranded. Nana Komia STC, are these your buses? Now you can see what they were doing. They have put National Transit Authority. I don't know if there's an NTA in Ghana, but these are buses registered in Ghana. Our Ghana numbers 2016, and they register buses today at Chimota. They were all rebranded and they are on their way to Eden, to Liberia. So we are just asking a question. The next time we come here, we are going to come here with a big expose to let Ghanaians know where these buses
okay, there's a distraction.
Where these buses ended up. So we want Ghanaians to know. So we took some videos of what is happening. Buses in here, you can see. You can also see pickup truck the pickup truck the license number GT 6824. Immigration officers bus GT Ghana GT 682416. Pickup truck and buses
so folks,
the pickup truck that were tailing the buses. So, and this is why we are asking, folks. So somebody don't see it as though we're not in support. Look, man.
So we are. This is the reason why we are asking. We are concerned about the buses. Not because we do not want you to have buses, but because we want BRACA to acquire the buses legally. The Ghanaians are angry. They are asking questions. Why their buses are leaving their country? We are asking questions. How did BRACA acquire the buses from Ghana? How did he acquire the buses from Ghana? What are the arrangements? Who initiated the arrangements? Do we have a formal agreement between the Liberian government and the Ghanaian government? Where is the formal agreement if we have one? Are we procuring the buses from the Ghanaian government? If yes, how much are we paying for those buses? Where is the PBC? Did we follow the PBCC process? Where did the money come from? These are questions that people ask to avoid waste. Those of us who are from the public finance background, we ask these questions because they are key. Don't just say that one person might just actually say, oh, tomorrow the government will distribute 1 billion among the citizens. They all start celebrating. Hey, we distribute 1 billion among the citizens.
They won't get time. Where it coming from? How it coming?
Sure. But you need to know where this money comes from, because it's possible that the government is about to increase taxes. And when government increase taxes, the bread comes back, the bread comes to you. You will be the ones paying the taxes. And the government will pay you 1 billion among the citizens, and you celebrating, but ES says that your own set taxes is dividing with you. So not because the government can you want BRACA to succeed. This is not about BRACA succeeding. This is about avoiding waste. How and why? I put the whole narrative about the coming into this country of buses. Since as a kid at age 16, 17 year old, I started playing active role into Liberian politics. And 2006, she brought buses here. And the list goes on and on and on. including Mr. Weah, brought the highest number of brand new buses for India in this country. Okay, we didn't have any issue because all of those arrangements that were entered into by the Liberian government and those different governments, those arrangements were publicly announced. They were announced. The donation from the government, the donation was announced.
In fact, it was even spelled on the bus.
On the buses donated by the Indian government to
the Liberian government.
So everything was announced. It was public information. So why is this Joe Parker government with the highest number of experience, the highest number of educated people in the government, quote unquote, what buses that they're talking about? Number two is we talk about controlling waste or avoiding waste. What the quality of the buses? Because these are used buses. The Ghanaian government have been using the buses for public transport. So you bring in a new bus from Ghana into Liberia. We want to know the conditions of the buses. Because the fact that they are used buses coming to Liberia, you're driving it from Ghana to Liberia, it means there are other expenses on our tax dollars, on the taxes we pay. And the Ghanaian government sending the buses here and sending money behind for services for maybe 1 year or 2 years. Say we'll say use 15 buses, we'll be responsible to service the buses for the next 2 years. So what are the terms and conditions attached to the agreement that is bringing the buses here? This is what I'm saying. No, we are concerned because we do not want our state resources to be waste.
Accountability questions are all we ask.
So what we say, Mr. Braga or your MTA people, tell us the terms and conditions attached to these buses coming here. Who is responsible for servicing those buses because they are used buses coming here? I'm talking about most of them are electrical buses. Do we have technicians here to work on those buses? Do we have spare parts to know? Where do we get how and so on. So when we see the terms and conditions of less financial burden on the government.
Provided if it's a government to government arrangement.
But what is breaking anything? That means adjust for ANC. Now, so I was saying to somebody say the sound is not good or stay. I hope it is good now because
maybe they have started their usual. We know whenever we're having critical eye-opening conversation, the government, the state will try to adapt some different measure to interfere with our broadcast, which is very, very uncivilized, irresponsible.
Okay, so the sound is breaking. Please work on the sound. Is it okay now, folks? If it is okay, let us know.
I think the radio is okay. Maybe it's the live.
If it is live, then I think Chris has to come look at the internet connection and see whether it is okay or strong. If the radio is okay, then it means
I think it's the live that's creating the problem, because somebody texted me to say the radio is okay, and so most of the concerns are coming from the live.
Okay, so our technicians will come here and look at it. So folks, so we'll say these are the different questions that we need to ask the government, and these are decent questions. You also say we should not call Baka rule, we should not call him criminal, nothing. So now we are asking questions.
Mr. should come look at the connection, the microphone connection to the live. Yeah, because the YouTube
says it looked better. Yeah, it looked better. This person watching via YouTube. He said, yeah, it looked better.
Okay.
It's okay from my end. Okay, I'm gonna do dialogue. Okay, so these are the questions we're asking, folks. And the reason that we say is very simple. You say we should not tell Braga say he's 79-year-old Baptist deacon, and he's corrupt and all of that. Access to information is key. It's a fundamental right. Access to information. Good governance cannot be considered good governance in the absence of access to information. The public, the citizens have the right to know what the government is doing. It is a responsibility of the government to ensure that citizens have access to their activities, the operations of the government. When the government is going to procure a bus in Ghana, the citizens must be in the know of the arrangements, especially where the citizens are asking questions. Because we do not want a situation where these buses will come here and they will become liability to the government. And then we start complaining about revenue shortfall. We do not have money to buy spare parts to repair the buses. And so 7 of the buses are down. It will cost us $250,000 to repair them. The government said, no, we're doing priority analysis now. So at this point, we're not going to spend $250,000 to repair buses, 7 buses. We'll spend maybe 5,000 or 7,000 and do one for now. Next year we'll do one. As we realize all the buses are down, after 4 years down in Braga government, all the buses are down, then it does not even solve the problem, the transportation problem that Braga wants to solve. And these are technical conversations that I think the technicians should be having. But again, that what can happen. When you tell certain people from certain places, you put in, look, you cannot achieve, you cannot make Braga, your government cannot make Liberia like Ghana in 1 year time. Even in 6 years, you cannot make Liberia like Ghana in 6 years. So the rush is challenge. You can achieve significantly in 6 years if you do the right thing and listen to the right people, not the praise thinkers. But to say you want Liberia to be like Ghana in 6 years, it's not possible. You will make plenty of mistakes and plenty of errors because you will not do the right thing because you want Liberia to be like Ghana in 6 years. And that's Braga's challenge. The small immature people there, they just get a 2, 3 credential, they put it behind and say we get credentials so they can manage government. But they're not using innovation. They bring no innovation, they bring arrogance, they care less about following the laws and all of that. So they violate the laws and do the wrong thing and achieve nothing at the end of the day. Like $20.4 million was wasted by givings. We still cannot see anything. But if you are taking your time, sit down, go through the process properly, and decide where to make significant interventions. Today, we're not complaining about mismanagement of $20.4 million without the PPCC process and in violation of the PFM law, and the Senate will say, go, don't do it again. These things are being documented. Keep listening to your press singers. They go on Facebook. And one thing I like to say to these supporters of Braga, every time you make mistakes, and you don't go inside and correct the mistakes, you go to Facebook and wear arrogance and say you're making fun or you're being provocative about your error. That's ignorance. And if somebody go to school, the teacher teaches the people teach you for the whole period, who go to our one period test, and you fail, and you're happy, you're laughing. Man, and I just say the 2 hours go no. When you make mistakes, you are supposed to own your mistakes and apologize to the citizens and find a way forward to avoid a repetition. But you see, I see people on social media and peers of entities. I saw Cordina post from the president's office. And she's sounding so childish and immature and inexperienced and very foolish. You think government a joke? When you go to public service, your intention is to achieve. Your intention is to win. If you feel it's nothing to make mockery out of, it is soon to go sit down inside any cry, or go back and re-strategize and come back and make your opposition shame. Every time you make mistake, every time you take an action and you feel on that action, it's a manners for you, political manners for you. No level of social media provocation can solve that mistake if you keep making provocation instead of fixing it. So you're spoiling your own government, and you think you're spoiling maybe a few of us because we have few critiquing the government.
And some of them were posting these
provocative. I mean, the few of us.
Well, you're not information about the details.
The same way you go sit down there on Facebook, you provoke, you can't sit down and provoke and say anything we won't say to you. You will not do nothing to us. We can do nothing to you. We just talk intellectual thing on.
Yeah.
For
you'll be affecting the image of your government. Easy. So you got.
How you go take bus? Then the second thing is they say they brought the buses Liberia for test. Does that make sense? Who goes to a factory or goes to a partner to say they're going buy something, they take it from the person, they bring it in a country, they're gonna try it. So when you went in the drive it and carry it back, who should have financial responsibility?
It's a test drive.
With you taxpayer money and going to Ghana,
how you been making
for your accommodation, you're feeding your everything in Ghana, taxpayers' money. You tell people boss it, I'm sure the insurance rates is on Liberia. Because you can't come to the boss and ask them, who takes that responsibility?
Then you say we
so
come in test.
Everything on Liberia. You say, okay, you come in test the bosses. When the bosses come to Liberia and you go and ask them, get many get very brainy. Who takes that responsibility? That's why we are asking for the terms and conditions. So under which condition the bosses came to Liberia for test? How you go buy and say you bring something to Liberia for test? Are you buying the bosses? Because if your bosses are donation, you're not gonna test it yet. That free thing. So you're not gonna test it because
so we even know whether that donation.
So because
or the Liberian government bought it.
The fact that government officials said the bosses are here on test drive, it means they're buying them. So they were talking about we were talking about dumping. Dumping. That one we told Liberia will become a dump site under Joe Barker. Because they want everything, they will get all of the least qualities of things from different from partner countries and bring them here and dump them here. Those bosses, all the bosses are not less than 3 years old. In for Ghana, but all the bosses.
How can it be a purchase?
So you take bosses when 3 years old to go buy them in Ghana?
Yeah.
How you go buy bosses that are more than 3 years old? They've been used in Ghana for public transport too. Not even the government ministry were using it. Public transport. More than 3 years old, then you go to Ghana to buy them and bring them here. Isn't Liberia a dump site? That's what they call dumping economics. That dumping there. People like things going wrong.
Maybe the people won't change their fleet. The Ghanaian transport they won't change their fleet. They say, okay, we'll find somewhere now. Let's go dump it there.
Yeah, go dump it there. Liberia needs it. When you pack all the things, Liberia needs it, dump them. I mean, you'll rebrand them, make them a little find small, you'll give it to them, then they carry that trouble. I say NTA could not issue any official statement in regard to the whole bodies. We only saw them passing around with video. And since the Ghanaian journalist conversation surfaced, all of them have gone back in the shell. So you see how when you take kids and irresponsible people and put them in reputable positions, Colino Kratoba them, Moali them, passing around there, you without even asking for the details. But because you are so about this political and political goal. So as soon as you see something, you just don't put it on social media and start sharing video. Government bringing buses. They did not even know that these buses were even Ghanaian used buses with Ghanaian plates. Plated. Yeah, fully plated, registered under the Ghanaian Transport Service. Okay, but whatever means you have acquired them, we do not have problem. Anything that eases the burden on our suffering people, we support it. But that does not negate the fact that this is a country of law and the procedure by which the government must enter into any kind of arrangement in doing these kinds of things. For example, right? If you are going to buy this, whether at discounted rates, it must be made public and the process of procurement must be followed. There's a whole law on procurement in Liberia. The Liberian government has a law on procurement. If the government wants to buy above this ceiling, there is a process that the government of Liberia will have to go through. How sure are we that the money we are spending on these buses from Ghana, that money is not able to get us brand new buses from somewhere else? Value for money becomes a conversation. So you, the layman outside there that only care about the rescue, no. We are having a serious conversation here beyond your pay grade. So it is not about you. It is not about your limitation. It is not about your desire to just settle score. Say, okay, what about with you people? People that see this, one person, we are bringing buses, but brand new buses in this country from India. And so yes, Bajona is right. The buses were procured 2016. So I was even saying the buses are at least 3 years older. But these buses were procured 2016, and it's good. And this person is residing in Ghana, so he has a lot of information about them. Okay, so 2016 to 2023 to 2020. That's the 2023. Say it just says more in 2024. So that's the 2016 to 2023. You know how many years ago? We're talking about almost 7 years or over 7 years. So they assume the two de Bruyne. They just say the two de Bruyne they were procured in 2019. It means still the buses are 5 years old.
Oh,
You take a 5-year-old bus and bring it to our country, and you want us to celebrate that?
and he's paying tax a lot on it.
That's not to
And
celebrate.
guess what? Even higher up in NTA, did not know up to Friday that, in fact, there was no at the senior management level in the NTA, there was no conversation about bringing in buses. Nobody absolutely. This thing just happened from the blue. It just happened from the blue. Nobody knows what's happening. Nobody knows how it is happening. Nobody knows where it's coming from. Nobody knows where they're taking the money from. Nobody knows who's paying the money. Nobody knows how the money is being paid. The PPCC was not respected, was not followed, and we're just seeing buses. But somebody said we should celebrate.
Yeah, because Bus Council, I would just celebrate anything but bus. No, we can't celebrate that all more. We are concerned about the legal process. Because tomorrow, if the government goes into Ghana, or one man just wakes up and walks into Ghana and go to one-man discussion, that the Ghanaians are protesting now, but while their bosses are leaving their country, then it backfires. You know what happens to the government? The government's image damages, and all of us who are Liberians will be affected directly or indirectly.
Exactly.
So we do not want anybody to enter any shade of these. If you want to bring buses here, go to the manufacturer, negotiate with them, whether it's on a loan basis, on a credit basis. They got enough companies that are willing to do them. Go there, NTA, the government will give you, or you acquire a credit letter from the bank. The bank will give you a letter of credit. You go there, Ministry of Finance people, approve it. You take it to the manufacturer, you procure your buses and bring it in. We celebrate that.
Simple.
Very simple. So it's not about the buses, it's about the process, the procedure you use. Somebody say, even you come about to say man left that. When it will bring development, I agree. That one I
that layman, that's layman, illiterate reasoning there. We running country here. We running your layman understanding of things.
The things that they said were bad. The
I
very reasons.
So we're not even coming to go
and
home now.
protested.
Right?
Then you want us to accept it now? No.
Even at MICA Thursday press briefing, where the government is supposed to make announcement or pronouncement of everything they're doing, MICA did not know that there's government. So what kind of government here now? So Kuku D government. MICA did not know bringing buses, and MICA did not see it working to announce to the country that the government has procured 2 buses out of 400 that are supposed to be coming subsequently, blah, blah. Just as you're carrying the narrative on social media. So is this a social media government? This is some of the things you complain about. That, everything about the government on social media. The government doing this. They're not coordinating. The right people that are supposed to make the pronouncement or not. And, everybody talking for the government. Colonel Cry is supposed to be in the president's office, managing the president's office. He's talking about buses. You jump from there, you're talking about yellow machines. Without even having the details of all these conversations, and then you're putting a muff into it.
The people get posted before the Ministry of Information.
Yeah. I see when Mama got better Jones, you go.
Official agreements, and their channels to communicate them. So if Foreign Affairs goes out and negotiates for 30 scholarships, yes, Foreign Affairs Ministry wants the public to know. The fact that it reached to the point where she wants the public to know, the Ministry of Information comes in. Oh, Pia, how are you? You know, come to the ministry. How do we communicate this? Okay, you punch it through Ministry of Information. The government is pleased to announce the securing of over 30 scholarships, and these scholarships will be used for X, Y, and Z reason. Information minister there, education minister there, foreign minister there. Thanks to the Minister of Foreign Affairs, Ministry of Education, these scholarships will be acquired through the Ministry of Education. Blah, blah, blah. The Ministry of Information will lay out everything. I mean, government has communicated to the citizens.
That's correct.
But everybody just won't be jumping all around just a spring frog. Because their whole life they've never seen serious job like that. So they are just over excited, and their experience is too overweighting. Their minds, their sense of thinking, their reasoning, and they're making mistakes and wearing arrogance in the mistakes. And go, nobody afraid of all the things that we were doing on Facebook. When people at times it's good to allow people to take back with that stupid water. When they ask stupid, they sweat me, whoa, Bucky. Allow them to take back with that stupid water. When they take back with that stupid water, they will come crawling on your knees, begging you for aid. Because at that point now, you've damaged everything. So you need people now who are not in your circles to aid you. At that point, it becomes late for you. So your whole activities now will be in formatting him. You go so go in. You pass a person be part there because you need help now because you spoil a per chakra.
Exactly.
That happens here. So they want for all our initial opinion on the bosses here. We want bosses to come here. The government has the capacity to legally acquire bosses for the citizens. The government will use the procedures, the legal procedures to acquire bosses for our citizens. We will clap for them and celebrate if the bosses come and legally too. But we will not celebrate anything that will come here on a dubious arrangement because Baka 79-year-old, so we must celebrate him. Because he's old, so we should accept anything from him.
So anything he does, then we should just. And that's what we are saying. If the executive will not be responsible and accountable to the citizen, and there where now we want to call on the legislature to do the honorable thing to invite the management of the National Transit Authority. Now that two of those bosses are in the country, let them explain to us how did we acquire these buses for our country, the full details around the arrangements, and of course the agreements must be made public and must be able to understand in terms of value for money and everything that we need to know as people. Oh yes, we welcome it. But why if these buses come today, tomorrow they break down, and then we go back again, and then we start to say, oh yeah, why didn't we take that time to go India again and talk to the Indian government to assist us, and in different ways, different manner, with even more fleet than what the previous government ensured. Somebody said, if this government said they were a change government coming to do things differently from the past, they are a break away from the past, they should be announcing the construction of an automobile producing factory in the country instead of going big another government again for donation. Past government were taking donation, and then you come back, you say you're a break away from the past, and then you're taking donation, and the kind of donation you're taking all kinds, all kinds that have been used in other countries, and what you're taking and then spraying them, bringing it to the country. However, the case. So that's exactly what it is. With regard the yellow machine conversation, we've told what we know about it. And the only thing that is present in the port that our sources have told us belongs to the government is 12 pieces of wet chalk, decorated with Baka picture. The same, issues they complain about. Oh, President, we have picture on Ebola buckets. President, we have picture on this other project, and they're idolizing Mr. Boakai, and yes, our sources tell us that 12 trucks are in the port, painted white with Boakai pictures on them. That's what they can confirm. But the yellow machine, no. So you're going and tell us where you're getting the yellow machine conversation from.
And you see, on this yellow machine thing, people could get carried too. So people get carried about it. Imagine people are getting carried because somebody posted a yellow machine. What the PR man, if on me press conference you hear them, I'm trying to look for the video to play the audio.
Yeah.
But this was what front page article published.
When the government, because PR was responding for the government officially now, right?
And here's what the government published, front page publishing, and we'll find the audio right in the phone here. On March 29, I think PR had a press conference on the 28th of May. Yeah. Sorry, May 28th was the day he had the press conference on a Thursday, on a Monday. Yes.
The question was too much, and they said we'll respond to the yellow machine on Monday.
So they've been looking for this particular quotation. So front page quotes PR. Okay, it was Tuesday. It was Tuesday. However, speaking on Tuesday for the first time since the announcement, Information Minister Jerolimic PR fumbled in his response, stating that no deal has been made. Now, this is the direct quotation. Government did not decide and has not made a decision on the earth-moving equipment. There was only a video that came out unveiling the vehicles that the government is looking at, but has not decided to have yellow machines. And once it is concluded, that will be announced, Pierre said. He said that the presentation was showcasing what the government intends to do, but has not reached the decision, adding that all lawful procedures will be met before a decision can be reached.
So that is PIA.
That
is the government of Liberia. Me, let me say the government of Liberia.
So PIA has given in fact, at the end of that press conference, he said, and this is the government's official position. He said, this is our official position as a government on this yellow machine thing.
So then where are you getting your
see you people there? Machines here and machine here.
So what is showing your face?
A machines here, you're good for the machine, you're bringing it.
You're bringing the machine. Let's see the machine. Bring the machine, put them outside, let's see. And then we'll go back to PIA.
It's still very easy. If machines are here, go to the port, take the machines on the port, put them on your on the trailer, parade them or carry them to the different counties that they belong and all of that. Call your official turning over ceremony and then turn the machines over the 13 or 15 each to each county. Simple. Turn them over to the counties. They will know yellow machines here. Yellow machine will be under the water. They'll be running all around social media because Braga lie about your assets, and so you even want to talk about it. So you're bringing yellow machine to distract our attention from Braga fake and insincere asset and declare you have to go run. Say, my brother, I pay you. Be give me by maybe stay and go correct. That I didn't want to talk about. They bring yellow machine story. Yellow machine here, and people that your machine, you're bringing, you put it on. Nobody yellow machine alone there. That's what work for the. You're bringing yellow machine.
Blunder and go la. Oh man, that go la.
The yellow machine will not change anything. We still say we round the road the yellow machine at your face, but we tell that Braga is a terribly corrupt creature because he illegally brought in yellow machines to the country. He dupliciously brought in yellow machines to the country. So we ride on the road, but we tell that he's terribly corrupt. That's what we say. We stand by that.
Oh yeah.
So you're bringing machines, face the road, we drive on the road. What kind of government will get machine? They won't feel road. Then they'll say, let's go talk on Facebook before we put the machine outside. The machines they are putting outside and face the road.
Big lie.
But before you bring the machine outside and face the road, let's stop Braga asset. That toy asset what he lie about. They say, oh my people, maybe still. Imagine whole country president go declare asset. He go back, a vice president declare, expose it. We hear the conversation here.
Big lies. No machine here.
My man, say, Braga declare asset. We call on to declare, he declare, so we should celebrate. No.
And that's what I don't get.
Celebrate my pa. When my pa refused to pay my school fees, I have to sit down to a room doing the money and protest. No, you not pay my school fee, you not move here. Before you go pay my school fee, then you pay my school fee and I say, Daddy, thank you. Daddy renege on his responsibility. I had to protest and pressure him to do it before he did. And you tell me I'll go out party because he pay my school fee after I pressure him. I'm not going to do that. Joe Braga has a constitutional responsibility. Braga campaign in this country and say, I will and this is what you guys do not get. Joe Braga, there's no law that require or compel anybody to publish their assets. We see that law here. No law in the country that I have seen that say you must publish your assets. They say you must declare before you take office. So Braga said, in keeping with the law, Braga should declare before taking office. He violated that law. And who made it from Senta and other places that who reported the man violated the law? He didn't declare his asset before taking office. He took office. Abu Marcel Ebine all will cause not beyond the paper. Being.
Went for his interview.
Yes. We play. Declare asset.
We made shame before he declared.
Then he declared. Then the boss said, "You're telling me thank you. Tell you for what? We had to force him. After the man declared, he didn't publish again. We had to force him. Be. We cause loss in this country, man. People, we destroy Braga. We tormented him before he finally published his asset. They say we must say thank you because he published asset. After we beat you. We beat you, we tormented you, we pressure you to publish it. So the way you say open your mouth and say during the campaign that you will declare your asset and publish them before you take office. You violated them. You didn't do them. You didn't live up to your commitment that you will publish your asset before when you declare them, before taking office. You breach all of those commitments that came from you. As a reputable person, as somebody with integrity, when you make commitment, you are supposed to fulfill the commitment. They're supposed to hear the mayor get integrity. They integrity icon that you just bring it to us. But they may make commitment to publish asset, he not do it. Make commitment to declare before taking office, he not do it. They may go declare now, then he only declare. Which is perjury under our law when you lie on the oath. Because he saw an oath when you are signing in the signature portion.
The man lied. Then
The
he go there.
Boga swear to
You please bring it back.
everything I declare is a truth, blah, blah, blah. Then he finish publishing it. Then he come and say, "Oh, I made mistake. You give it to me back." If that ordinary person was going to declare and say, "I made mistake. You give it to me back," you will say, "Oh, the man lie." But the president declares and lie, intentionally lie to LCC and publish it.
Then you say, "Oh, that mistake." But you're clever. We must be discussing the dishonesty in Boga. So Boga keeps proving us right all of the time. We told you all that this man is an old liar.
Tell me that Boga has been working for. They say Boga has been working in government for the last 52 years. They may say they make 52 years plus public service. You know what I mean? Boga is the difference between gross salary per annum. You know what I mean? You know it. They say gross per annum. You want to tell me Boga? Now know what they call gross per annum.
Yeah, man, no.
How you tell me Boga does not know? Besides that, Boga did not sit and do it. His technicians sat down and worked on it. You want to tell me all the people around Joe Boga, they don't know what gross per annum is?
All the people. They
also believe that nonsense about when there's a mistake. Y'all give it back, let's carry it back for him to go correct the mistake.
And he did it. June. Then we have to. Oakland, doesn't it? LCC openly get all the president made mistake. This is nonsense. Disgusting.
Yeah, someone said because the man published asset. What did he publish? How you want all of us to believe that Boma Kamara or we in your office of finance, all the people in your office around that claim to know all the book in the country.
All the thing.
They sit down and put
who the economy advisor?
2,000 per say that he saw his gross per annum. And I think they were LCC since February.
Since February, it been there. So he lied. So it. And then at the point they want to, we wait for it again, we duck inside the first that just one we talk about there, the deception. Because as soon as you do that, I want that perjury. In fact, that is a basis for impeachment. You know, the country can't stand for anything. So that one we even know whether people will pursue impeachment. But that is a basis for impeachment. The president must not be lying. We pay him everything, we take care of everything in his life. He has no reason to lie. Because so now you can lie to say, oh, you won't lie to get money, you won't lie to do this, but the state is responsible for you, you have everything, so you're not supposed to be lying. So be truthful. The man go declare asset, they say the man don't know how much he can make annually from January to December. When he put all his money together, the man say he don't know it. Yeah. So he made a mistake on that. Jeremiah Kun presented exactly what he can make, what he's on it. I had bro in the man say, oh, you go, my people are made mistake. Imagine.
And you know, there's a reason why people like Jeremiah Kune and other government officials are not published or declare their assets. Because imagine Abu declaring an asset before Sam Sion. Abu can be a junior minister or a minister, Sam Sion is president, then Sam Sion declare asset, then Abu will declare asset. That is why we're not beating on the ministers and the deputy ministers for declaring assets. Because I will not be a deputy minister or a minister. The president who appointed me doesn't declare assets, then I go declare man.
Yeah.
I will wait for the president to declare. And that's why you see all these ministers were not beating on them because they could not declare because the president had not declared. And so the president declared, all of them just started declaring. Now, the president declared, he did not publish. If the president published, that's leadership. Lead by example. It means he has set an example. The next thing is the vice president will publish. When the president announced publication of his asset, the vice president in less than 24 hours also published his. You see, because the president had taken the lead. So you see, we are beating on Joe Boga for the good reasons. Because when we beat on Boga and Boga acts, it elevates your government reputation. Even though the record will show that it is because of our pressure that he acted, but at least he still acted. So our pressure here is good for Boga and most of you in the UP because some of you walk in the dirty waters to support this man because you believe that this man will represent the change that you want to see in your country. And if this man cannot represent the change that you want to see, he allow people around him to start doing manipulating things and stopping things from happening. It affects you. Their actions affect you. So you all should be celebrating us that we should never go off the radio. Else, the day we leave, Baka will not do anything in the country.
Oh yeah, Baka, absolutely. And let me tell you all one thing. I have a serious problem when people attempt to unduly credit Baka. Baka has not done anything to deserve any credit. First of all, Baka did not declare his asset in keeping with laws. We exposed that, we condemned him, we chastised him, and he was compelled to declare his assets. When he did, we went back to his campaign promises. And in his campaign promises, Baka promised the Liberian people. That was his personal promise to the Liberian people in keeping with his philosophy or his ideology to do things differently and break away from the past or take things to another level. He promised and assured Liberians that to prove to you that I am even more transparent and even more open, right? When you elect me president, I will declare my asset in keeping with law before I even take office, and all my officials will do, which he did not, right? He did not do that. And Baka did not do that. That makes him very irresponsible as an old man. And Baka himself saying and listening, he know what I'm saying is true. Baka will not have problem with me being this descriptive of his attitude. He understands. He said Baka has conscience. And it's all of you that sit there and get angry for no reason, right? But Baka has conscience. Baka can sit down, he can think. He listens to us and he understands, Mr. Baka, we are not making up stories on you. You promised that you were going to do this. You went to where? The VOA and other international platform, and they show the way you have done it differently, which you did not do. We had to chastise you. And then you butt into our pressure. You did, right? And we also stated it. That, Alona, the men have finally succumbed to our pressure. That means, technically, we are the one making this man to do the things that he is doing in keeping with the law. If we are not here, and that's what Austin is telling you, you have to pray that we must remain here. Because when we are not here, this old man will sleep on everything. He will not do anything because there will be nobody with the requisite balls to speak the truth to him for him to do the right things.
Sure.
So Baka did not do it. Baka did. Right? It was him. That's not what the law required. The fact that you declare your asset is already public. Understand that some of you do not know. The moment you send your information to LACC, you do not have any privacy control over it again. Individual wanting to access that information just have to follow the simple procedure of the law, and they will have access to it. And the state at any given time, right, when there are investigation or anything, they can have access to it. That your private information, you finish giving it to the state, is public by that, right? And under the Freedom of Information Act, right, any citizen or any organization in Liberia can access that information, so it's public. So there is nothing Baka has done because he went on social media, the children put the paper on social media. Nothing. You don't have to even clap for Baka. Baka has achieved zero. Baka will have achieved a lot if Baka had ensured he declared his asset before sitting in that chair and make sure that everybody he has appointed before taking their office and being commissioned. Before Baka commissioned them, they are already declared and published their asset in keeping with his campaign promise. Baka did not do that, so people like us cannot clap for Baka. No, absolutely not. So if you give Baka any credit for this, in spite of the deception contained within the declared and published assets, right? We believe that you will be giving him undue credit. Unduly, you will be crediting Baka, and this is unacceptable. You must credit people who are reputable and people who have done something virtuous. What Baka has done is not virtuous. He has not demonstrated any value for you to go credit him and start clapping money. Oh, Baka, you have shown. Baka has not shown leadership anywhere. Since Baka became president, Baka has not shown zero leadership. Everything Baka has done in this country has been bereft of the standards and requirements of good leadership. And you must be man enough. You must be, you see, when you sit down, Austin made a profound point that when you sit down at anything in the country, you just say, oh yeah, we'll support anything in the country. You saw what's happening in Kenya, right? When the government intended to increase taxes on the people, now the Kenyans are demonstrating, blah, blah, blah. They're saying no tax. So if you sit down here, they may continue to pull Liberia into debt, continue to pull Liberia into debt. When the government sits down and start to think, oh, how do we raise revenue to do it? They shift breading to you and they'll start increasing taxes on you. Then at the time you come to honor, oh, the government not do the one, then we'll not talk for you. So you think that you're not understanding when we take our time, you're not paying off for the work we do. We're sacrificing our time, our energy, our security, everything. We're risking it all. We come here, we're exposing, right? The irresponsible nature of this government, and all you do is sit down there to idolize 79 years old failure. And that is bad. That is unnationalistic. You all have to stop that. Mr. Barker knows that he's not proceeding rightly. Even the official knows that you're not proceeding rightly. Mr. Barker, commissioner for tax and revenue collection in this country, LRA man, that's supposed to be collecting our revenue. You say he's an integrity icon. This man, knowing the law fully well, as soon that rule and has been working, he did not declare his asset, least to say publish his asset. Double down.
And guess what? Even the job, I mean, man, I don't pay tax. Man, I pay all the people they may declare. I'm paying taxes on the property. So the property they made on the asset form. I mean, declaration went to LCC. NRA people intelligence went to LCC to acquire the document. So that one, I serious thing, though. That the big news are coming on in the country. I really So when they saw the property that remained declared, the intelligence realized that the men had not been paying taxes on those properties. When you declare one of the whole document, or you submit the whole document, so when you acquire the whole the proof of payment. Then so realized that the men had not been paying taxes on the house, on the real properties. That one point in so. That's what I want to do. So the day can on, you will see that we remember on this day, on the 24th of June, also Abu said LRA intelligence gather that for that no, it's a fact. The man has not paying up to speed with his real property taxes. So LRA that's possibly the recent Donald Trump is being investigated for in the US. Defrauding government of taxes. So in the Syria country, on a Syria investigation now. Oh yeah, investigating men taxes. In fact, this is the reason why he did not even include some of the properties. Now, the guy analysts as well in LCC, then the guy analysts at LRA. Once you declare, LRA send their analysts or their auditors in. The auditors go in with their appraisers or the evaluators. They go in, get all your real property that you declare, turn a document over to LRA, they run the analysis, they do that audit and run the analysis and do evaluation of all your property to prove that the property you declare by saying it worth the amount, to prove that it actually worth the amount. That's and so for LRA to do that, it means you must be paying taxes. And it's not in keeping with your real property taxes. The valuation. So the man are not paying taxes on the property. That's a shame. And now our partners, and I like to place emphasis on the US and the European Union. And Abu, this is key. And to all of you listening, I need you to listen well and carefully, including those of you who are sour or bitter or angry because of the things we're saying. But I need all of us to listen keenly, because this is important. Some elements in the CDC government, they don't listen to some of these things when we say them. And we're about to say this again. Now, there's a guy called Robert Gume, a South African businessman. That guy has been investigated. He is still being investigated. Serious intelligence groups, bodies believe that he's been into business deals that are tied or connected to terrorist financing and money laundering, particularly money laundering. Robert Gume is the guy that is tied or linked to this Mamaka Belede woman and all of that. Mm-hmm. Remember when the yellow machine story came out? Robert Gume name? The yellow machine BM. Yeah, Robert Gume name came on his surface. Now, Gume name did not surface because, now let me also indicate that Robert Gume is a long-term friend to Joe Barker. a long-term friend to Joe Barker. He knew the man before he even became vice president. SPX SPX held a meeting, an executive board meeting with Joe Barker and his team. In that meeting, SPX, after the meeting, that was when SPX submitted the letter of intent to enter partnership with Liberia to use for the multi-user role permit to transport that oil from Guinea to our port of Buchanan. After that declaration of intent, SPX reportedly made a commitment to the government. But because SPX is also careful of our financial dealings, because we're told that there are people connected to SPX as well who are also being investigated for money laundering.
That's correct.
They want to make a donation to Liberia. They made a commitment in fact to Barker. That's where the yellow machine story coming from. The yellow machine we're talking about today. Barker said, oh God. Barker said he wants to do roads. He made a commitment to the people. So Barker said he wants to do roads. HPS said, okay, we cannot give cash due to X, Y, and Z reasons. They give technical reasons to work at it. At that point, Barker recommended the purchase of yellow machines. If they can get a yellow machine, blah, 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 everything will appreciate. How do they procure the yellow machines for the government? Then a question reportedly asked Joe Barker whether he knows anybody like a trusted business person that they can channel the money to, that can procure the equipment for them and ship them to the country, and the SPX will show out the full responsibility to ship those machines, to pay for them and ship them and everything.
But they'll be using that person as a third party.
So, as a go-to. So Raul Gomez is being used as a go-to to get this done. SPX reportedly agreed. And this one, I don't even want to say allegedly agreed because they made a payment and that is why the machines were procured. They agreed, they made the initial deposit. Raul Gomez is supposed to procure them, ship them, deliver them, and then he get his last set of money on delivery.
And make it seem like he is the one giving it. Because the arrangement by which HPS is doing it is dubious. So they want to use a third party.
So Raul Gomez agreed to be used, and he's already noted into it. They use me. I will get shit. That is why you see Mamaga Benton and other folks are making reference to Raul Gomez. Say he's a billionaire, blah blah blah. He made a donation, everything. That her friend too, but not really her friend. Because she and Barker have been friends alone, and her Barker friend, so she knows that Barker knows the man. This Raul Gomez guy. And Barker has confidence in you, and Barker knows that she knows Raul Gomez, or she knows that he knows Raul Gomez. So she say, let me destiny Mamaga ability. Say she means still for portfolio to work on the whole thing. Listen, Raul, and let's get this thing here. That's how you see her in a picture. Not her personal friend, and she don't go bring him to Barker. No, that's a real story there. Now, because
even though that the narrative she carrying us out,
yeah, that's how they should brother people here. But that's it. So now, why am I narrating this story? I'm narrating this story to tell you this, folks. Russia have been making a lot of effort to invade. Should I use the word invade? Yeah, let me use the word invade.
Say infiltrate.
Not from the military standpoint. I think infiltrate would be the real war, the real diplomatic war. They've been doing everything to infiltrate African countries that are least or weak in terms of that have weak economies. African countries that do not have strong financial or economic potential. So they're trying to infiltrate these systems either directly or indirectly using some of their allies and business establishment to infiltrate these countries and hold grip of the economy. That's where the possibility of Raul Gomez and HPX then coming into play. Not HPS, sorry. Oh, what the other people from Ghana? They Ghanaian Mahama. They come into play. Okay, now these things are scary, and they're scary because our partners must prove that they are concerned about these dealings. One is that why is our government refusing to make full disclosure of the source of funding for this equipment? Why are they refusing to make full disclosure? The cost of the equipment, how much the equipment, the total money the equipment will cost. Where is the money coming from? What's the relationship with the source of the money in Liberia? What do they want in return? Full disclosure needs to be made. We need these things because it will help us to save the reputation of our country. As a government, why are they refusing to make full disclosure? Our American friends, our European friends must join us to ask and express concern. Why is Bouaka government refusing to make full disclosure of these yellow machines? The source of funding, the cost, everything. Where are they procuring it from? What the reputation of the company? What is the history of the company that they are procuring these machines from? Why only that company? Why did it pass through our PPCC process and our public PFM law? Because when you're spending money, you can spend money outside the budget. Now the PFM law is clear. We're not supposed to spend anything. We're not supposed to buy or procure anything outside the PFM law because the PFM law brings in the national budget. So when it has to pass through the budget, when it does not pass through the budget, it means it's in violation of the PPCC law. We can buy one pen. The government is not supposed to buy anything, one pen, outside the budget. And once a pen is purchased outside the budget, it becomes a violation of the PFM law. And when you buy one pen, they say the internal auditors must see and review the invoice from request to invoice to check to everything, must pass through all the internal control process. PPCC must say, when we reach a threshold, PPCC must say yes. Go through there, okay, we approve the companies. When we reach PPCC threshold, it means companies must pay to supply the pen. Because making that get walk down the street and buy pen. You see, you must find a business company or establishment that will supply you the pen, buy from a registered business operating in your country. So all these things need to be considered. That's why the full disclosure is necessary, because we want to know whether a PPCC process. We want to know whether the money they procure, the machines are being procured. From our budget or also our budget. So full disclosure will help us to know to get answer to this question.
Whether the monies are clear of terroristic
and that's why we are calling on our part of the Americans and the Europeans here to join us in asking Bouaka to make full disclosure of this whole yellow machine thing, with whole yellow plea, yellow rest, yellow this, yellow all the yellow things that are coming to the country. We need Bouaka to make full disclosure of them. Now, we are told that some of our partners have raised concern, but yet we're not going to have press conference say we're raising concern. If that is true, then we are on good footing, because these partners need to raise these concerns with this government, because we are very concerned about terrorist financing and money laundering in our country. We are very concerned. When these people succeed in giving this government money, going down there, procuring the equipment and sending them here, and the company that is being used established that we successfully deliver this equipment all day, the company is legally accepted to operate, to do business in our country. That one company that has been agreed and accepted to do business in this country, all financials then will start doing business with that company in the country now, and money they will start dumping that money in the country, in our economy, that bad money.
And besides that, there is more security risks
to
that. Even more security, regional, local security risks. People start, because once you start taking terrorist money, you start creating an impression among the terrorist financiers that this is a home where the terrorists can come, sit, they plan, they do all the jihadists,
Yeah.
So which is bad. And this is how it starts. We don't want to wait for what happened in Burkina Faso to happen here before. You remember, right?
Yeah.
The terrorist attacks that were happening. Gradually, until what we are seeing now in Burkina Faso, a military takeover.
Russia
Russia has invaded. and all of that. So these things have bases, and this is how it starts small. We do not want our country to go there. So beyond the reason Austin has just introduced this conversation, which is something we want to have a time on to relatively deal with, right? It's clearly because a lot of us are concerned now as to the way our partners are being very, very extremely diplomatic in addressing some of these very critical issues of concern. All of the major civil society groups in this country have reported so far, right? Political parties have reported so far about the government 6 months in power. And all of the reports have pointed to clandestine dealings, illegal handlings of governance and leadership in the country, and all kinds of double standards operations within the black money operations within the country. So all these reports are there. Right, we do not have the extreme sophistication and capacity in terms of technological capacity to unpack some of these things, and that's why the essence of our partnership with these countries, right, is to be able to balance each other. That's the essence of globalization, because there are areas that Liberia is not too strong in, America is strong there. In the diplomatic partnership, America will compensate Liberia there. There are other areas that America needs help, Liberia will come and compensate America there. So this is what it's supposed to be like. And it is not, there's no statute of limitation that, because the other government in power, so it's stop here. We're only doing checks because there was this government. No, we do not know it that way. We welcome the news that some of you have already started initial inquiry. We encourage you to go further more, because there are a lot of indicators that point to terrible signs in this government dealings and transactions. We do not want to sit here. Mr. Barker will be nowhere around after 6 years, and this place becomes a hub of terroristic and insurgencies and all of that. So we do not want bad money. We need money to help ourselves and help our country, but we do not want bad money from terrorists. Blood money, we do not want it. So we are calling on the U.S. Embassy, the European Union, the British, the Swedish, and all of our other partners to please join us, increase our voices, and call Mr. Barker to order. They must be clear, particularly with this yellow machine conversation, right?
Yeah.
You leave us with our politics on social media. You just ignore all that thing we do on social media, right? Ask the government to be responsible and speak to us about the details of the transaction, and they must make full disclosure of everything that's happening, right? This one here is very, very serious because it ties into the stability of the sub-region. It ties into the stability of the Monroe Basin. So this is not just a Liberia thing. If you all decide you want to be careless with this, the security of our friends matters. The same way our security here becomes an issue of national concern for the people of Sierra Leone, the people of Guinea, the people of Ivory Coast, their own internal security also becomes a matter of national interest or national concern for us here, because that's why we are in this regional network. Sure. And we can sit here and be compensating terroristic financial dealings in Liberia that gives rooms for terrorist insurgency. And then we sit down and say, oh, because of Barker doing it and Barker doing so, most of Barker officials need to be seriously investigated. And the U.S. government must find this very, very importantly, Jimmy, and must begin to question people like Mamaka ability and subject their dealings to investigation. Come here, because we can be here and the pour into all kinds of things.
When the guys were protesting, so we will go to the telephone lines very shortly. We also speak with former Representative Akaros Moses Gray, and I'm told also, I don't know whether this is his new number, but I'm told Representative Foucault is trying to call, but I'm not seeing any call on my phone, so I don't know. But that's a signal I'm getting. But anyway, we will talk to former Representative Akaros Moses Gray as well, and then we'll open the telephone lines to speak with all of you. But folks, this is why I think we can conclude on this note and go to the telephone lines and pick your calls, since we have to.
So the specific details of Mr. Barker's asset declaration will be unpacked tomorrow. Yes, on this basis, we can go to the phone lines and begin to take calls. But what's up with our cash giveaway people? It's almost time.
Yes, we have. I've been doing the draws, so they're all getting their money.
Okay, so 0776 104 104 086 500 104 plus 231 86 500 104 are the numbers to call, and you will be live. Do we have a call there?
Yes, so let's talk to former Representative Akaros Moses Gray. Good morning to you, sir, and thanks for joining the conversation.
Also, let me say good morning to the both of you. I've monitored you both for the last 30 to 40 minutes. And also, I want to say good morning to the people of Liberia. The both of you have struck the most significant points ever on the issue of the quote-unquote yellow machines, the issue of the access declaration, the falsified access declaration by President Boakai. And I have sent an internal circular to the Speaker, the Deputy Speaker, and other stakeholders in the legislature so that there is a need for most of these matters to be probed, especially the issue of the machine and other issues. And I also intend to write an official communication to the Speaker of the Pro Tem and circulate those communications to our international partners. And those are some of the points that you struck that are very important, and I hope you will keep on those points. The issue of terrorists financing and money laundering is a key issue in the sub-region.
Sure.
Very key.
Sure.
When I represented Liberia at the European Parliament, our European partners and international partners are very concerned about the kind of mass influence of coup d'etat in West Africa, terroristic groups, and money laundering. I take example Niger, you look at Mali, you're right in West Africa here, Benin, Togo is now on the highlight. So the region is tense. Royal Guinea, you see Russians involvement.
Yeah.
So the issue of the source of funding for the yellow machine is very significant. One, there is no line item in the national budget, 2024 budget. There is no line item that speaks to the purchasing of equipment, whether through the Ministry of Public Works, whether through the Ministry of State, whatsoever. Also, there is no loan ratification that calls for the purchasing of those equipments. So you struck very important points. What's the source of funding? Who are the stakeholders? It have been widely rumored that people who are allegedly under investigation, like the Rabba guy you name, like the Mahama guy from Ghana that you name, okay, that involved into wanting resources in Liberia. All of those concerns are very important for the safety and survivability of our country and generation unborn tomorrow. And we don't want to wake up tomorrow morning because Liberia committed itself to President Boakai unknownly to the population and the legislature, and the year that one country or one terrorist group is very concerned and somewhere is bombed tomorrow morning. Let me give an example. Greater Diamond. Maybe probably you don't know the story today. When Greater Diamond came to Liberia, there are a lot of stakeholders that were involved into the Greater Diamond era. That's one of the reasons C. Chancellor has been prosecuted today.
Sure.
Okay, because they felt duped. Once they felt duped, the movers and international shakers around the world felt that it was time to get that data because they were duped. Okay, so there could be a possibility of a repeat of history in our country. Who is Mamaka? The country needs to know first and foremost who is Mamaka. Mamaka makes a unilateral pronouncement as Minister of State or portfolio that machines are already being loaded and on their way to Liberia. Unilateral pronouncement.
And a cabinet retreat too.
Yeah, as a cabinet retreat. President Boakai buttressed that and said, his own record, that look, they even wanted to put my pictures on the machine. I said, no, they should put Love Liberia. I know what kind of Liberia. Yeah. Okay, he confirmed that. The Minister of Information comes and contradicts the entire statement. You just read verbatim what the Minister of Information said from the Front Page Africa report. He said they're not aware the negotiation, there's no negotiation that is being concluded or completed. The official position of the government is very clear. He's the official spokesman of the government. Not even the president is the official spokesperson of the government. My disagreement, and that's one of the issues that I've raised with colleagues in the legislature, former colleagues and even the speaker, and I said we'll have to work on that. From the day the Minister of State or Portfolio made a pronouncement about equipment, huge quantity of equipment that costs over 30, 50 million United States dollars coming to the country. The legislature should have invited the ministers to our portfolio to explain what is source of funding, to explain who are the individuals that are involved, or what the business entity. A lot of issues that have been violated. You talk about the PFM law, you talk about the public procurement law, PPCC regulation. You don't want to stop there, but Article 34 DI of the Liberian Constitution is very clear.
Yeah.
That every loan, every grant, there should be a ratification. The LPROC has taken over $6 million United dollars to the Secretary General of the Unity Party, who is the head of the LPROC, the managing director, to a loan arrangement. The police has affixed a signature along with the Ministry of Finance for another loan agreement of $5 million United dollars. And those loan agreements are not ratified by the legislature. They are not agreed by the legislature. That is usurpation of function of the legislature. That means they are performing the function of the legislature. It means Mamata is performing the function of the legislature. That's what it means. Okay? Only the legislature has that power to grant loans. So what is the legislature doing in that direction? I heard some members of the Senate call the LPROC guy and they try to sugarcoat it. Okay? You cannot sugarcoat it because this is a usurpation. I can recall vividly when Edwin Snow in 2006, because Snow by then initiated a foreign conversation with the government of Taiwan. He was charged by his colleagues that he is usurping the function of the executive branch of government because the foreign policy direction of the country should be initiated by the executive president and the foreign minister. So he was that one of the counts for his removal.
If that was a major count for removal.
Yeah, I said that was the beginning for his removal. Yeah, as speaker. So for the legislature, our deputies, to sit and allow their function to be usurped by a mere LPROC managing director and the police director and the Minister of Finance to usurp their constitutional function. This constitutional issue I'm discussing outstate.
And I don't know whether all of the guys in the legislature are seeing it from this thing from the perspective you are seeing it.
No, it's not just about me. It's also about you, Austin.
Sure.
Austin, sometimes the public must pick up some issues that our colleagues in the legislature, our former colleagues will understand. You cannot allow a police director and a minister of finance to usurp your constitutional function, a 1986 constitutional function. That's what we're discussing. Okay? Even the issue of access declaration, for example, that you're talking about. You have dealt officially with the boycott issue because of false access declaration. You declared 13,400 United States dollars as your annum. The annum. And the law, the executive law is very clear that any brother was declaring what he made a former vice president when he was former. Okay. Now, the law says that when you are vice president and you become former, you make 50% of what you were making as vice president. So the vice president makes $20,000 per month gross. So it means Joseph Boakai should have been making $10,000 as former vice president, and in 12 years, the annual gross will be $120,000. Why he didn't declare that? It means that as president now, Joseph Boakai will be making $264,000 United States dollars because it's $22,000 per month. So $264,000 United States dollars in 1 year per annum. Boakai refused to declare that. That is sanction under the Code of Conduct 10.5. Sanction is clear. Sanction is dismissal. Punitive measure is dismissal. He did not declare the area he has in Rufa County. He did not declare bombing. He did not declare the farm. He wanted to declare the cow.
Maybe the farm of Vlad. Maybe he didn't have farm in bombing.
No, he said no.
So who's farm?
Austin, Mo Ali and the other guys, about a month and a half ago, said they were eating peanuts on Boyka Farm.
Sure.
Go to that Facebook page.
No, I'm not disputing. I'm not disagreeing with you on the farm issue. I'm saying probably it was political. Maybe that a political statement.
Yeah, or maybe the record is that the farm does not belong to him. Maybe they have to make that clear.
Even 9 months ago, Spoon TV went to Boyka residence 9 months ago, closer to the campaign time around there, or campaign time. When Bomi Kante, Spoon TV, that's the source. 9 months ago, and they were talking about his residence. They showed a picture of his residence. It was visual. Ekwe TV, months ago, no, that's the pro-government station I'm talking about first. When Lofa Kante, so the issue here is that it's not about declaring cow. How many hectares? What the acres of land, of the farmland? What's the total value of the farmland? But I just have a loan. Recently, it's talking about a loan. They said loan, but I say you owe no loan. I can maybe contesting a president, so you become president, you owe loan again. Okay? And the assets declaration, my boy, okay, the allowances for the president is part of the assets. It's part of the income.
Yeah, everything.
It's not just your salary.
Everything.
For income. Yeah. The president gets money for entertainment. The president gets money for fuel. The president gets money for domestic and international travels. Okay? The president gets a lot of money under the budget line. Go and look at the budget line.
Why he's spending on medical, everything.
He refused. Look at the kind of mockery these people are making under this government. Think about that, Austin. You're bringing 2 buses to the country, and you say you're bringing 400 some more buses from Brazil. All buses. Inside Joseph buses are better than those buses that they're bringing from Ghana. The Ghanaians are completely rebranding the POBM, black money strategy. You tell somebody, boss, like you stole a car, and you respray the car, you change the identity of the car. So it's like the buses that they bring into Liberia, that stolen buses, they change their identity. The Ghanaian color was on it, everything they change it to Liberia color. But the Ghanaian license plate stay on it. Okay, only 2 buses. And people running all on Facebook. Like one of the pastors said, the appointed officials are all on Facebook. Every money, every hour. The managing director at the port will say, that money, the yellow machine will pay for it. That's through the president budget. The next morning, Adriana will say something. The other day, Mo Ali will say something. All of these people, the deputy minister in the office of the president, the press secretary, everybody saying different things. But the major concern in this country today, whether you like it or not, let me say this to you. The issue of that assets declaration, the source of funding, we got to know it.
Okay, General.
What are the friends of Mamaka, for example? What authority does she bring to the table? What business has she done? Who is she in the history of the country? Who heard about her before? Okay, but how has she been operating between Sierra Leone, Liberia, Guinea, and other areas of Africa? In some of those criminal eastern countries across the world. America does not want to do business with the Western. I'm concerned. Some of these Russian-based countries across the world. Where are these machines coming from? Are they Russian machines? These are the questions that we need to ask also what is source of funding. So the national legislature should get involved into the exigency of the conversation because their functions are being usurped constitutionally. And they have that responsibility in our international partners because, like I said, I'm writing on communication. We are concerned. America should be concerned about the source of funding, whether the money laundering, whether the terroristic financing, for example, they should be concerned. The European Union in Liberia should be concerned. ECOWAS should be concerned about that. The safety of Liberia, the location of Liberia is very significant to the international partners. They have invested a lot into Liberia. Who knows when they bring in a yellow machine, whether they will put arm into them? Who knows that?
Okay, Representative.
Okay.
Thank you so much. We have to let the lawmaker go on that note and take other callers.
Time is actually not our friend. These are very critical conversations, and everybody has concern this morning. Let's take you. Good morning.
Good morning. Good morning. Good morning to Austin. How you doing?
We're fine. Go ahead. 30 seconds.
Yeah, this is Edmund Carr, the visually impaired guy that keeping Bogas feet to the fire to Gisewa. You know, it's very much concerning, you know. As she was saying, I think the Nigerian people need to stand up. Because the information is provided. All of these things that are happening in the country, and we are just sitting down there and doing anything, it's concerning. Bringing all out of your machines to the country, we don't know the source, we don't know how much we pay for it, we don't know who is bringing it, and then they are running with it. It's serious. Going to Ghana, bringing all buses, it's serious. And then they let you
It's serious. Thank you very much, Mr. Khan. Let's move to the next person. Good morning.
Abu Austin, good morning to the both of you, and good morning to your followers.
Morning. 30 seconds.
My name is Hussein Kew. Let me use this platform this morning to say a very big thank you to Mr. Parker for declaring and publishing his assets when people, although it has been criticized, all of us said the president came on the campaign measures of he will declare and publish his assets. Too late to do the right thing. I think he should be commended because you guys did owe him for not publishing his assets.
All right. Thank you very much. Let's move to the next person. Good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning.
My name is Prince Corey. I'm calling from District 16.
Good morning. Go ahead.
Yeah, thank you for the show. Well, I will be people I like to know who's going to pray for you guys because you do keep things coming. Talking for people for all walk of life. You don't bring the people trouble to Nigeria. You don't bring trouble on Nigeria. But hey, our people are not listening. You can't get nothing for an 80-plus-year-old man. You can't get nothing. The person said before, it's going down for a fast person, and they're going down.
Thank you very much. Hello. Yeah. Go ahead, quick. 30 seconds.
My name is Daniel Green. I'm from my city show. You see, Austin.
Eric, you have to hold it down. Hold it down, Eric.
Joe Father told us that we were living on loan. So Joe Father has paid all of the loan money before he gets to the action in the publish us. And the issue of the boss. Nigerians, they are now just change. The change are getting into their sport. I like the way you guys are being changing their sport.
Thank you very much. Thank you. Let's go to Eric.
Okay, Eric, go ahead. Let's hear a voice from West Point. Eric.
Is Eric still there? Okay, so let's go to Zlatan Ibrahimovic. Good morning.
Yeah, good morning, Auntie. Good morning, Abu. May I appreciate the both of you.
30 seconds. 30 seconds.
Yeah, near trouble because you know, and Abu, and we are not surprised of the reckless, irresponsible nature of former Joe Parker and his government. You know, you cannot run because that he is running a boss cut. This government want to pretend that the people they are fake and they want to do everything possible to impress the government, but it's not possible. You cannot criminalize anything in the country without passing through the public procurement law. You are breaking all our law, you are breaking our institution. This government is continuing to disrespect the Liberian people. But anyway, Papa is showing his insincerity, his sickness, and his inability to lead this country.
Thank you. Thank you very much. 2 more calls, and then we call it a day. Let's take this person here. Good morning.
Good morning, Abu. Good morning to you, Austin. Thank you for the show. Abu, I will tell you what kind of criminal. What kind of criminal? After they believe they don't own it, it's your opportunity. We can't figure the most stupid in the country. We're not stupid. The best one will not get sense, we get sense. Now I can take what they do every day. One more get respect. They should come to work. Be sensitive to the people where.
So that the thing that made you there, you call the whole president criminal money. No, my man, let's call it. No, my man, they made the president too now. No. You got to understand. Come on, my man.
Eric, go ahead.
Good morning, Austin. And I want to say good morning to your colleague Abu in studio. I can see the level of hypocrisy that is being demonstrated at the level of governance. You see, it's a very evil attempt by the government to politicize the national agenda of the country. They will go to Ghana and they will take buses that have been used. Do you know that it is against the law for you to procure the government to procure used materials?
It just a demonstration that the government is sanctimoniously beware of certain ideas to be able to change the lives of the Liberian people. We cannot continue to do this. We must be able to stand and confront the government here for moving forward. Next time, also, we look forward to us having this national engagement regularly.
Thank you. You made a very profound point. The government is not supposed to buy used cars. So you must tell us. Hello, good morning.
Yeah, good morning.
Good morning.
My name is Somalia. I should call for station number 10 to be precise.
Go ahead.
The issue. We looking at see what the people is going on. We know that it's those guys just in the reach of stuff. That's what we see. They continue to lie when they keep us alive and lying. Just look at people, FPRC. How can you take such a money where the legislature society, what if they just take it for like that? That's the simple corruption we don't be talking about.
Okay, the same corruption. Thank you very much. Time is up. Austin, we have to go.
Oh yeah, sure. We have to go. We shall be back here tomorrow. And we'd like to say thanks to all of you for watching. Those of you who follow us using the different platforms, we are grateful for the support. And so we shall be back here tomorrow by God's grace. But let's say happy birthday to one of the vice presidents at Noka. Bwaka Jaliba, happy birthday to you.
Oh, you want the vice president? Yeah. Okay. Okay. Yeah.
You want to?
No.
So, happy birthday to you. Wishing you all the best at Nuka and in your personal endeavors, personal and professional endeavors.
And that's all the time we have to be here. Yes, we feel sufficiently accomplished. Now, the clarities have been provided, the understandings established around all the rumors and confusion. This is why you have to make us your friend every morning. Let's do these things, help you, guide you, and save our country. My name is Abu Austin Kawa. I was here. Tomorrow we're going to be back here with another fresh edition of the nation's premier breakfast platform. Until that time, do have a wonderful time in Monrovia.